So it's around 11:30 and I thought we can make some lunch together. I'll show you what I have. First of all, Seitan sausages. I made like 3 days ago because we were making pizza and I wanted to add this is like this salami topping, so it came out very good. It's seitan with black beans. I have a bunch of quinoa I prepped yesterday, a little mushroom mix. We have here portobello and a bit of shiitake mushrooms, cherry tomatoes to make everything super juicy, halved yellow bell pepper, small red onion. Yes, I'm back eating onions and this is so great. Half of a zucchini. Everything is in halves today. And spinach. And I also thought about combining cashews for a great crunch. Also got 2 frozen ingredients that cook pretty fast, so they don't need a pre-cooking or water. I have this frozen ananas, frozen pineapples, frozen green beans. To make this patty started, I prep and chop everything first. It means less running back and forth between the cutting board and the pan, and I can add several ingredients at once, and it means less heat. At the end of this video, I'll also be making another stir fry that's very similar to this one with just a few small changes. The main protein there is homemade tempeh, so if you'd like to swap the seitan, stick around until the end. I like every ingredient to keep its own texture and juiciness, so I cut everything into fairly large pieces, especially the mushrooms since they shrink quite a bit while cooking. If you don't have pineapple or the idea sounds strange to you, you can absolutely leave it out. I just love how much freshness and acidity it brings to the dish. For quick vegetable stir fries, I almost always use a wok. It's exactly what it's designed for, fast cooking over very high heat. Once I went vegan, I found myself using my wok all the time, especially for dishes like this. This is actually one of our everyday meals. We almost always have plenty of vegetables at home and we love combining them with different protein sources. Since the dish is already packed with flavor, there is no need for complicated sauces. I mainly season it with low sodium soy sauce. Instead of pouring it straight into the wok, I measure it into a small cup first and add it gradually. It also helps the vegetables cook a little faster. Toward the end, I add a couple of extra sauces. For a lighter version, you can skip the seitan and even the tempeh or tofu if you want. Since the dish already contains green beans and cashews, you'll still end up with a good amount of protein. Once the vegetables and protein are lightly browned and tender, I add the remaining sauces and continue keeping things simple: date syrup and sriracha. Because I like my tomatoes to hold their shape, I add the cherry tomatoes quite late and cook them for only about 3 minutes. I serve everything over quinoa.
but rice works just as well. Or you can add noodles like I do later in this video. Just increase the sauce slightly. I wanted something fresh on the side, so instead of adding spinach, I served it alongside the meal.
Now let's taste. Sorry, Gracie is eating and drinking very loudly now. It's her lunchtime as well, I guess. It is really something. I think without filming, it would have took me probably 30 minutes, maybe less, if I will chop faster. But overall, it's not that time consuming, and I have another 2 portions, I think. So we have 4 portions. So today's and tomorrow's lunch is ready. So I will go call Guy and wish you a wonderful rest of the day.
When I was little, one of my favorite things about going to the mall was getting frozen yogurt. Not sure what it's called everywhere else, but it was made by blending a frozen block of yogurt together with your chosen toppings. My go-to combination was always strawberries and pecans. I wanted to make a healthier version using frozen mixed berries. They're packed with antioxidants, naturally sweet and tangy, and make the dessert perfectly cold. Also added a few nutritious ingredients that help it thicken: chia seeds, ground flaxseed, pea protein, tahini, and a date for sweetness. My usual soy skyr wasn't available and I wanted a thick yogurt, so I used vanilla soy skyr instead. Honestly, it worked really well here. I blend everything until it's creamy but not completely smooth. Then I add the pecans and cacao nibs because I want little crunchy pieces to remain. That's it, about 3 minutes of prep. It's refreshing, delicious, satisfies a sweet craving, and it's packed with great nutrients. Top it with coconut chips, which are my latest obsession, a few more cacao nibs, and fresh raspberries, but honestly, it's delicious even without any toppings. Growing up in a Ukrainian household, having lots of potatoes around always meant one thing: potato salad. It's also one of the few potato dishes that tastes just as good the next day. I peel, rinse, and cut the potatoes into bite-sized cubes. To speed up the cooking and help create crispier edges later, I add a little baking soda to the water and to save time, I use already boiling water. This salad is delicious with tofu or tempeh bacon, but it's completely optional. I had smoked tofu on hand, so that's what I used. If I were using regular tofu or tempeh, I'd simply add a little more seasoning. I'm cooking it in the air fryer, but the oven works perfectly too. You can find the full recipe in my new ebook, Happy Gut, along with more than 60 recipes designed for IBS and the low FODMAP diet, so they are really gut friendly. If I have the time, I also like roasting the potatoes a little for even crispier edges and extra flavor. The dressing is one of my absolute favorites and works with almost any salad. I combine chopped capers, lemon juice, nutritional yeast, oregano, Dijon mustard, soy yogurt, salt, tahini, and olive oil. Once mixed together, it's creamy, rich, and perfectly tangy. Halfway through roasting the potatoes, I toss them and add frozen green beans. I like roasting them while the oven is already on because they keep a much better texture this way. I transfer everything to a bowl and let it cool while I prepare the rest of the salad. Radishes are full of antioxidants, and I honestly can't imagine this salad without them. They're crispy, slightly peppery, a little sweet, and add so much freshness. I mix in some of the tofu bacon before adding the dressing, then save the rest for serving on top. Serve everything in the bowls from our rental apartment. Very sophisticated. It was definitely a hearty meal, but that's exactly what we wanted that day, and luckily it was incredibly satisfying. I finished it with pumpkin seeds for a bit of crunch.
Sing this one together. It's called These Days. One of these days, the ground will dry.
I've wanted to make homemade tempeh for a long time because we generally love it. It always looked easy enough, and honestly, aside from prepping the soybeans, which is pretty straightforward but takes time, the rest of the process is surprisingly simple. I definitely made a few small mistakes and learned a lot for next time, but overall it turned out really well. The flavor was fantastic. It crumbled a little, but we still loved it. As I mentioned earlier, the final dish is very similar to the first stir fry, except I used homemade tempeh instead of the seitan sausages and made a few small tweaks. This time I also used thin sweet potato noodles, and oh my goodness, they're so delicious and incredibly quick to prepare. I wanted the noodles to be on the creamier side, so I used oat cream instead of coconut milk because I'm trying to reduce my saturated fat intake. I also had some snow pea strips in my fridge, so I added them on top for garnish, along with a few drizzles of chili oil. Go make yourself something delicious, cold or hot, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye!